In this video I'm going to show you how you can remove parts of an image using the clone tool. So the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is to open up the image or import your image into Photoshop. So you can see that on the screen I have Photoshop CS6 already loaded. So I'm just going to go on to File and I'm going to open my image. Okay, my image is stored in this particular folder, so you need to navigate to where your image is stored, and the file you're looking for is the field file. So this is the field file. What I want to actually remove are the people here, okay, and I've also got some people in the background there. So I'm going to use the clone tool to get rid of those elements of the image. So the clone tool is this rubber stamp tool here. If I click on the little arrow at the side of that and hold it down, you can see that this is the clone stamp tool, this is the pattern stamp tool. Okay, so we're going to use the clone stamp tool. So I've got that selected. Now up here, okay, I can change the size of my cloning tool, so I'll show you how that works in a second. So I'm just going to show you firstly, if I increase the size of my cloning tool, and I don't want you to do this, I'm just demonstrating this. I'm going to change the size of my clone tool quite significantly. Okay. What you need to do, you can see I'm going to get rid of this person here. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to hold down the Alt key on the keyboard, and you will the cursor will change to this crosshair. And what you're doing is you're selecting what you would like to replace the person with. So I'm going to use this selection of grass for the bottom part of my image. Okay, so I'm going to go like that. So I've clicked it. I can now let it go. And can you see as I move over the legs, you can see that what's happened is it's picked up where I've Alt and clicked, and it's now transferring what I want onto or over the character that I want to get rid of. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to use the Alt key and I'm going to select a piece of grass by there. Okay, and now I'm going to move over the legs and I'm going to click. You can see that I'm starting to remove the person. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to Alt click here and I'm going to start working on the shadow. So I'm going to get rid of the shadow. Okay, Alt click again. Get rid of the shadow, get rid of the shadow. So you can see that it's blending, starting to blend my clone into my image. So I'm going to go like that. Okay, so that's with a large tool. Okay, so with this, if I go onto back onto the sizing tool and I take the size down, I can be more accurate. Okay, so it's up to you to play about with the sizing tool until you find a tool that you are happy with. So you can see that the size has changed now. So if I come from the front this time, I'm going to use the Alt key on the keyboard and I'm going to select my image and I'm going to start removing part of this person. Okay, so if you go too far, okay, it'll move the selection and it'll start replacing things you don't want to replace. So don't go too far with this. So just small sections at a time. So it does take a bit of time, but that's how you're using the clone stamp tool in order to get rid of the people on that image. You can see I've got a different type of grass up here, so I wouldn't recommend that you select this area and then go up. I'd suggest you use the terrain that you've got here. So I'm going to Alt there, select it, and I'm going to start removing the character there. Okay, same thing again. Let's Alt there. Okay, same thing again. So you can see I'm actually cloning the ground around the people to remove them from the background. So that's how you use the clone stamp tool. I'm going to show you a completed one so you can see how accurate you can be with the clone stamp tool. So this image is one that's been completed. Okay, so you can see if I move this out of the way, oh, not like that. If I make that full screen again, okay, if I switch between the two images, okay, there's the one I've started to work on. This is the one that's been done. You can still see a little bit of fuzziness around the edge, but you can see what's gone on there. Okay, so you can see that here I got the people. I've started using the clone stamp tool, I've got people at the bottom there, and on the completed image you can see that they are now removed. So that is your first task, is to use the clone stamp tool to remove the backgrounds. Once you've completed that, there are other images you can use to practice your skills with the clone stamp tool.